So we're almost finished with these uppers now, and last but not least, we can add in our horse bits or our metal hardware. So I'm just gonna put one to the side. I'm gonna grab a cutting mat and a craft knife for this next step. Okay, so I've cut out a couple of little strips here of the leather. They're roughly 1 centimeter in width and around about 11 centimeters long. I've intentionally made them way longer than I need them to be. But the idea is that we're gonna place one on each side, kind of like this, and fold it back on itself. So in fact, let's just do it. So I'm gonna grab my glue and I'm gonna coat the whole back of the strip right up to the edge. And then we will place them in our horse bits like this and just seal them closed. So this basically needs to get attached on there like that. And I want this strip here to cover up the join of the U-binding and the apron so that that all stays really nice and tidy looking. So I'm gonna actually hold that in place where it is. And I'm gonna do a little dot on either side of my little tab there so that it's kind of just overlapping the U-binding. So it should look sort of something like that. And then this bit's pretty important. We don't actually want to cut all the way through the lining. We just want to go through the upper. So I'm pulling the lining back out of the way, and I'm just going to cut a little slit through the upper between those two dots. I know it feels really wrong to cut into your upper like this, but it'll be worth it, trust me. And same thing on the other side. Just really make sure your lining is out of the way. And then we can go ahead and put these through the little slits that we've done. And then you just kind of want to even it out. I'll move that out of the way. So you just want to kind of even it out because you don't want your horse bit to be sort of sitting, you know, more on one side than it is on the other side. So just try and get it centered. And then one final thing that I always like to do before I stitch it in place is to just check how it sits on a last. So I can see that I've got my notch there telling me that this is the right foot. So I'm just gonna place that over the top of my last and pull it forward, give it a little stretch, and just again kind of shimmy the horse bit so that it's sitting nicely while the shoe is on the actual last. And actually, I think that looks pretty good to me. So I'm gonna take that off. And before I do anything, I'm actually just gonna grab some masking tape and I'm gonna tape those in place from the underside. Okay, so I've just taped those little tabs in place so that they're not gonna move. And I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's looking so nice. So all I'm gonna do here is stitch straight across this edge there. Now, you might find that the leather you've chosen is quite thick, so if you need to, you can skive it down a little bit on the underside there before you stitch. Oh, and in case it wasn't clear, we're just stitching through the upper, not the lining. Okay, so I actually stitched all the way along and then all the way back and then along again. So I've like really securely got that in place. You could also stitch a little box into the side there if you'd rather how that looks. So trim away any loose threads and then we can remove that tape. And then under here, we do want to skive down a bit of that excess if you haven't already. I probably should have done it before I stitched, to be honest, but it doesn't matter too much. It's not going to make a huge difference. Just so that when we last the shoe, we don't have like a big bulky bit there. Okay, so that is one finished loafer upper. I am really getting excited now to see this as a finished shoe. So I'm gonna pop that one to the side. I'm gonna get that one to the same stage, and then we will move on to the next step, which is gonna be to last our linings. Hi, I'm Amanda, and I thought I would give you a quick bit of information on my online courses. I run both an online course on how to make your own leather shoes from home and how to make your own luxury leather handbags from home as well. They're totally separate courses, so if you're only interested in one and not the other, you can enroll in them individually. But if you are interested in learning about leather accessories in general, you can enroll in both courses as a bundle. The shoemaking course has over 50 hours of video tutorials spanning across styles like sandals, shoes, sneakers, heels, right up to boots. We cover custom fitting as well as download print and go patterns and all the information about the tools and supplies needed to make your own shoes from home. I've been running my shoemaking courses since 2010 and we've already got over 2,000 people worldwide enrolled in our online shoemaking community, and it is growing every day. My bag making online course is a little bit younger than my shoemaking one, however it's just as good. I've got various different styles including bags made on domestic sewing machines as well as luxury hand stitching techniques. My bag making online course has already got 10 step-by-step tutorials as well as luxury techniques such as edge dyeing, hardware, reinforcements, and bag accessories. I even have a section on small leather luxury goods. If you're interested in getting started but not quite ready to make the commitment just yet to the full course, I'll leave some links somewhere around here for my 2 free introduction courses, one of them on shoemaking and one of them on bag making. And if you are ready to make the full commitment, keep in mind you will have full lifetime access to the whole course, so you can pick it up and put it down however often you please. That's it from me. I always love to hear from you, so if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out anytime.